the Boss Woman of Houston. Boss Woman of Houston is presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Nikki. Today we have our beautiful co-host, Miss Kanisha Gaskin, and also we have the beautiful music business mogul, Miss Lavish Wave. How you doing, Miss Lavish?
I'm doing
Thank you
well.
for coming.
Thank y'all for having me.
You're welcome. So I had went on your Instagram page, and you are so inspirational. Could you tell them a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Personally, I'm from Louisiana. I came here for a client, Boston George, and he brought me out here to work with his label, and I've been here ever since. So, been in the music industry 14 years now.
What inspired you to go into the music industry?
I was actually working in banking. I was working in the business banking department, and I had a client, DJ Chill, who would come in and banking business. And then from there, I started doing his taxes. And then we started talking like what he does and what he have going on. And I was like, well, I can help you with some of that. And then I started helping him. And then from there, his business partner Sheldon, started dealing business with me, and they had this whole company called Blue Boy Entertainment, and I just started working with him, branding the company, helping him with events and stuff like that. And it just kind of like just snowballed. It just started building from there. He actually introduced me to Hurricane Chris's manager
Hmm.
at the time, and he hired me as Hurricane's personal assistant. A week later, they let go the road manager, and I became his road manager.
Okay.
So I walked away from my banking job in 10 years in finance to get on the road with, at the time, he was, still a kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it just like went from there.
Evolved.
Yeah, it evolved from there.
So, I kind of inherited the entertainment company too because my godson, Lil Flip, his um, studio was at my house, King Life Studio,
Hmm.
and of course, I'm a correctional officer, so I had nothing to do, in the music industry. It's just my brothers and my sons and my godson. They pretty much, like you had your own career, I had mine,
Hmm.
and everybody went their own way, and I kind of got left with a business, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But I ended up doing it by myself. I still, can call Flip and ask him, for advice or whatever. But when I look at your profile, you work more as business, and I'm kind of soft-hearted, and I need to be a little bit more like you, because when they be like, well, Miss Nikki, I don't have it, I kind of still let them perform. But you had something on, I forgot what it was. You had a saying on there. It wasn't if you don't work, you don't eat, but it was
No,
something I
you
saw
have to
this morning.
pay
You have to pay.
something. Yeah.
And I was like, I need to stick to my guns because she is sticking to her guns.
Yeah, yeah.
And I most definitely, I mean, it's always, I'm not saying that I regret helping anybody because I will help
Hmm.
anybody, but I still want to be that more stick to your gun type person, because when I eventually, when I first came to you, it was about an artist. And once I started seeing your page, it wasn't even about the artist anymore. It was
Hmm.
more about you being an inspiration to me and my career in it, because I've been doing this for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing it for 3 years, and you've been doing it for 14, and you're just so strong and so solid, and all of your all of your posts are so uplifting and positive, and I just really want to thank you for that, because it like I said, it's not even about the artist anymore. It's more like women empowerment.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. And that's how I built my company. I started off with promotions. Like I had Lavish Ladies, that's what
Mm-hmm.
they were called. And I had to kind of like gear away from that because at the time there was like another Lavish Ladies in California, and they were like strippers and other stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
people were coming at us like, no, that is not what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We're strictly, promotion company.
Yeah.
And I would have the girls, they'll be out doing the flyers, handing out CDs, because that was
Mm-hmm.
during the time CDs were still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always empowering other women in this industry, because when
Mm-hmm.
I came in, I saw how disrespectful people
Yeah.
are to
To
women,
women.
especially black women.
Yeah.
So my goal was to always let women know, like, you can be who you are and you don't have to bend or fold to
Mhm.
get where you want to get in this industry.
Mhm.
So it
Mhm.
was always like that point. Like my girls, I protect them. They were my girls.
Mhm.
And I still believe that. Like even now, my team, we're all women.
Mhm.
So that's something that I pride myself in, is to keep it that way as much as possible. Like I have other people that help me out, that's real close to the company,
Mhm.
that, they'll do anything for me. I'll do
Mhm.
anything for them,
Yeah.
but they're not like in the fold.
Mhm.
They're not the
Mhm.
ones I talk to every day. They're not the ones that I, give the guidance to,
Yeah.
because I want to empower women.
Mhm.
So that's the whole purpose of my company, was always to empower other women in the industry.
So do you believe that you took your previous business mindset into the company that you have
Definitely,
now? So
definitely.
how was that transitional?
And that's what actually helped me get ahead,
Right.
was because I come from finance, I come from banking,
Mm-hmm.
I come from organization, I know how the corporate world work. Like I came
Mhm.
from all of that. So when I came into the rap industry and saw like
It was a need.
it, none of it is like, it's still not like that.
It's
They're
not
still not
organized.
there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the label side, the major labels, they're organized, and that's why they can take so much
I
Mhm.
see.
from our rappers, because
Mhm.
they're organized
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and we're not at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom.
Mhm.
So, I saw it. Like I saw it even with the major artists that I was working with. Like it was so much need for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Just on simple stuff, like just not being prepared for a show, not being prepared for an interview, not being prepared, like just for the smallest, like getting to the hotel and not having a credit card to use for your incidentals,
Yeah.
and then
Mm-hmm.
now you have to put down cash.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where hotels stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what you gonna do now? So just small things like that. Me being there made a difference and made them
Mhm.
appreciate having somebody that understood, like, this is the route, this is what we have to do,
Mhm.
and that really helped, like bringing it in. And I'm still there now. Like my
Mm-hmm.
favorite part of the business is the business,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
is making sure the business get handled.
And that's pivotal because people don't understand how much money they can lose
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
their business mindset and stability is not
exactly.
not
Yeah.
where it
And
is.
Yeah.
they're losing money.
Left and right.
I've had like rights management companies, the ones that collect money. I had
Mhm.
one lady tell me one day, like, I really need to connect with you because we're not connected to the urban side.
Mhm.
We can't get them to
Mm.
understand
Mhm.
what they need to do so they can collect this money. We just have this money sitting for them,
Wow.
and
Mm.
they're the ones that we can't tap into.
Mhm.
So she asked me, can you help me, do this? And this was
Mhm.
recent. So now I've been helping her bring in more urban, more rappers, more R&B singers come in and understand there's money for you over here. So let's do
Mhm.
what you have to do to get it. So yeah,
It's a
it's a different.
need.
Yeah,
It's a
it
need.
is. It
It's a
is.
need, and that's wonderful how you have identified the gap
Yeah.
and how you're merging the two
Yeah.
together because a lot of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of us get into a business and we don't have it the foundation.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And so you see a lot of that. The foundation isn't there, but they may be big, but in the middle of it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's such a big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it'd be simple like, they'll be, oh, I went to the courthouse and got my DBA. Why would you get a DBA? You need an LLC. You're about to
Mhm.
function as an artist, as a label. You need an LLC. Like you need
Hmm.
to have a tax ID number. You don't need to be giving people your social security number.
Woo.
Yeah.
Like
Especially
simple
when you,
things like
yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah.
So, just making them understand like some of the things that y'all avoiding are actually more simple. It's actually more simple to sit down and do a LLC in the comfort of your home
Mhm.
rather than fighting to go to the courthouse to do a DBA. So it's like
And the
just,
liability.
Yeah.
yeah, and the
Hmm.
liability of it. Like
Hmm.
you're still putting your name on the line with a DBA.
Yeah.
If you
Hmm.
want to take it a step forward, let's do a corporation. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's just small things like that that they don't understand
Hmm.
will help them in the long run.
And they and because I'm into this thing because I do the business side, but they don't understand that their branding is attached to their business,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and if their business is not functionable properly, it can damage
Yeah.
their branding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Definitely.
see, I have a LLC and I think three DBAs, but I try to put them all under one umbrella.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if your DBA is connected to your LLC,
LLC.
that's
Yeah.
hmm,
good. It's still
streams
to
of
a
income,
business.
Yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah.
not going personally to you.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And just
Hmm.
getting them to understand small stuff like that. Um, Filing taxes,
Mhm.
that's the
Ooh,
biggest.
Yeah.
Like you have to file taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just had to help somebody hire a forensic accountant because they have to go back.
Wow.
They have to go back like a decade of getting uh, their money, the invoices, the 1099s from the labels, from
Wow.
this, from that, just to get them together to start the filing process.
Oh,
Because
Wow.
they've never filed taxes and they've been collecting money for over 10 years.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah.
Can they go to jail for that? Is
Yeah.
that? Oh,
That's what's
wow.
called
Yes.
tax invasion.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
long periods of time.
Yeah.
That's a
Because that's a substantial amount of money. 10 years.
yeah.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's
And if they don't
crazy.
have the documents for that.
That's why you have to hire that particular accountant so they can go in.
And that's why it's
Yeah.
important. I always tell people when you start a business, it may be costly to hire an accountant
Mhm.
or somebody that can help you with your financials, but it's worth it because
Yeah.
then you have help fighting that
Fighting
Exactly.
it.
legal
Yeah.
part. See, that's the
Exactly.
part that they don't
What they don't
understand is the
understand.
legal
Yeah, they don't
part.
understand behind the
Hmm.
scenes.
Yeah.
So, with you being like a beautiful woman, did they think
Oh,
that
thank
maybe
you.
you was? Well,
You are
you are
beautiful.
very
Thank you.
beautiful. Did you ever? Did anybody ever try to take advantage? Okay, she's a beautiful woman. I'm gonna, try to take advantage.
Yeah. Take advantage. No, like men do come at me, like
Mhm.
that is daily. So,
Mhm.
but I figured out like how to flip it. Like, um, if I know I'm gonna do business with them, I
Mhm.
instantly flip it into like, okay, bro. I'll start calling them bro,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
bro this and
The
bro
Yeah.
that.
language, the
Yeah.
So
language.
now
Yeah.
you understand like this is how I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I am a single woman,
Yeah.
so 5 years single. Let's put that
Hmm.
out there.
Yes. Put it out
I am
there.
a single woman, so if it's somebody that like, I'm sorry, that
It's
piques my attention,
mm,
then I'll just kind of engage a little bit and see. And then most
Hmm.
time it's nothing. But I've never had anybody that like tried to come at me as far as like I'm gonna use her type thing because first of all there a lot of people are intimidated not just by me but some of the clients that I have.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't want that
They don't want no
they don't want
issues
that
with the
drama.
client. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't have that issue. I've had like a few groupie type that,
Mhm.
they get on the phone and all they want to talk about is my artist. I'm like, shut up. I don't want to
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk about this
Yeah.
fool
Yeah.
all day long. I talk to them. I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah. Talk of the same
Hmm.
thing.
So yeah, so I have like those type of situations every now and then. And then I just get like some men who just real aggressive,
Mhm.
like they're just instantly trying to go to the sex route.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like that's not
Yeah.
even gonna happen. That's not
Yeah.
even me.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like I
Bunch of
can't
sharks out
different.
there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get all kind of different things.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, we'll go into commercial. We'll come back with the beautiful Miss Lavish Way.
mm,
Here with the beautiful and talented Miss Lavish Waves. I also want to ask, was it a pivotal moment that when you began to work in your industry that you was like, this is overwhelming for me, or I don't know if I could be able to do this because I'm meeting different people and they coming at me at different angles, or I won't be able to live up to the
that's
performance
every
that they
day.
want to do.
I have a point in just about I'm gonna say just about every day except for holidays that I actually go through this.
Yes.
Like you wake up because it's not just the challenges of that, it's the challenges of what people expect from you.
Mhm.
And it's
The
like some
expectations.
days like I don't have it in me to give you. Like today is not a
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
So just going through that, like the mental challenge. I'm not a very emotional person.
Mhm.
So sometimes people will pull at me a little harder to
Mm.
get my emotions and they
Mhm.
don't realize they just keep coming at me mentally
Yeah.
because
Right.
it
Right.
hasn't attached to my emotions.
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes I just be over it. I want to quit.
Yeah.
Like I've announced my retirement. I don't know how many times. So
Oh.
I go through it like it's been times where I've taken my information out of the artist bio
Oh
Oh
wow.
and by the
no.
next day they put it back up. So I go through it.
Right.
And of course, the first thing they say, "Oh, you're a woman, you being emotional."
Emotional.
No, I'm just tired of your BS.
Yeah,
Right.
So
and you're
I
not
just
putting
need a
up with
break
Right.
it.
from you.
And that goes to the respect because I
Yeah,
want you to respect my
my
peace,
boundaries
my
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah.
yeah,
And I'm sure
yeah.
in this industry you have to have
You
boundaries.
have
So how
to.
did you settle? How did you begin to incorporate and set your boundaries to let them know that this is how I am and you're going to
Okay,
accept
so
And
like
this is my time.
text
it?
messaging is the best thing that ever happened to me in the industry.
Okay.
So what I started doing is putting everybody on text. We're gonna text, so I can decide if I want to respond to you right now, if I want to walk away and come back. Because when you're on the
Right.
phone, it's
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 immediate.
it's, it's immediate. So
Mhm.
Right.
texting has saved me so much dealing with promoters, dealing with even some. I have some artists that I barely talk on the phone with. All we do is text.
Mhm.
So it's like that has really,
And it gives you documentation.
yeah, and I'm a
Uh-huh.
paper trail person.
Mhm.
I
Right.
believe in a paper trail.
Hmm.
So that has like really helped me a lot. And then other times, sometimes I do take a break. Sometimes I might just like, I'll talk to you tomorrow and then it don't really be until the day after that.
Yeah.
It's
And I don't
necessary.
do that often, but every now and then. That's what I love about holidays. Like Sunday is
Mhm.
gonna be so peaceful for me.
Mhm.
Like no phone calls, no nothing. Everybody's with their families.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
love holidays for that reason. It's like my day off
Yeah.
because I don't have no days off.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
have clients calling me at 2 in the morning.
Yes.
They'll call me at 6 in the morning. They'll at 10. Like it's all around the clock because everybody have their own sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
So they expect me to be on their
Their
sleep
sleep
schedule.
schedule.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a daily battle. It really is. Like this is challenging. I know when I worked in banking, I went to work at 7 o'clock. I got off at 4, and it was done.
Yeah.
Nothing ever came home with me. It
Yeah.
was done, except for like the pettiness of the workplace.
Yeah.
You
Right.
talk
Yeah.
about it a little bit and you get over it, but
Yeah.
that's
Right.
it. This never
It
it's
follows
my
you
life. Yeah,
24/7.
it's 24/7.
And you work harder
Yeah,
when it's
Mhm.
for you.
yeah, you do.
I tell people it's not as easy uh, when you become an entrepreneur because you have to wear all the hats
All of
All
and
the
them.
you're
hats.
Yeah,
responsible for every little intricate detail
yeah.
in your
Mhm.
Yeah,
business.
and it's like that. Like today is a holiday. Well, unsaid holiday. It's Good
Right,
Yeah.
Friday,
right.
Yeah.
and I didn't want my team to have to whatever plans they may have with their families because I usually always have someone with me.
Mhm.
So
Right,
like today, I'm everything. I'm
Mhm.
getting myself here and
right,
making sure everything is straight. I usually have somebody do all of that,
Mhm.
but
right.
today wasn't the day. Like I
Yeah.
want them to enjoy their families
Yeah.
and do
And that's
whatever they're
nice.
doing.
That's a
So
good
yeah,
boss move.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I cherish my people, like I really
Right.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you like motherly like I am?
I don't think I'm nurturing enough to be motherly. Like
Would you say you lack empathy?
I don't like empathy because I do care and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very loyal and I have my moments where okay, I get it, I understand, I get it. I'm just not as like I'm not gonna go out the way for something that's like, okay, the problem, we got a solution, why you still crying about it?
Yeah. See,
So
it could be like
I'm
Cut
more
and
like a
dry.
big sister.
Yeah.
Like
Let's
that's
fix
how,
it. Stop
yeah, like
whining.
yeah. So that I'm more on that level,
mhm.
and I'm even like that with my own kids. Like,
Mhm.
they'll get excited. My teenager, she'll leave the house and she'll kiss me on the cheek and she'll call my oldest daughter, Mama, let me kiss her today. Like, because
Ah.
I'm so closed off, and they get it though, but they know like I show them. And I let them know that look, I'm gonna show you my love in this way. I love you because this
Communication.
is something I'm
Mhm.
doing for you that I'm not gonna do for anybody else. So it's just I don't know if it's my upbringing or what, but I'm like very like closed off on a lot of things, and I don't think I like empathy, but I am very very, yeah,
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 I would say just by listening to that you're more of okay, we have a problem, how we
yeah,
fix it,
yeah,
and that's boss.
yeah.
That's boss. You the solution base.
Yeah, because that why are we still crying? Like why are we still
We
going through
wasting
this?
time.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, we can fix it and move on to the next issue and be done
Right.
with this.
Right.
Yeah,
And what I guess this makes more sense coming from somebody else. I used to out, and I still do, even in my 50s. My mom is not the type of, my mom is like her, and I'm always, I always want that love and attention, and
hmm that's
and
how my
she,
oldest daughter
yeah, and
is.
I just want that love and attention, and she always called me the mean one, but sometimes my mom is always, I love you. I show you I love you. She's just not a I love you person. And I mean,
Yeah.
you just want to hear it, and it's crazy that it sounds different coming from somebody else. So
In
now
a
it's
different
not a
manner.
personal attack from my
Yeah.
mom. It's
Yeah.
just,
Just who they are.
Yeah,
hmm
because
Yeah.
people love different ways.
yeah,
And when they
Exactly.
love different ways, you have to be able to associate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of us
So I'm gonna
want
have to
to do
apologize to
what
my mama.
society has.
Like for real. And I had to learn
Yeah.
that even with my mom. Like I had to learn like our relationship is what it is. It doesn't mean she doesn't love me
Mhm.
or she doesn't care about me. It's just this is what our relationship is,
Mhm.
and I understand that she loves me and I understand this, and and I try to, but I communicated more with my children and I have gotten better. Like
Mhm.
over the years I've gotten better. Like I even tell people I love them. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I've gotten a whole lot better. Like people I've worked with in the industry for years and years, and they'll hang up with me, and they'll be like, "I love you," and I'll be like, "I love you too." So
Yeah.
back
That's what I
then,
was going to
Yeah. See,
ask. Are
I
you
you
wouldn't
love
giving
even
you.
get
yourself
that
that
from
And see,
me.
and
attention?
Yeah,
yeah, because
Yeah.
you
that's what
couldn't
I
get that
do.
from me back in the
Yeah,
day.
and that's why I'm
Be like, what?
always. I would never not tell my kids I love them, and I love you, friends, and I love you. But my mom is just. But she made it made sense to me, so now I'm gonna have to
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
apologize
some
to my
things
mama.
in our past conform us to who we are. So
yeah,
Yeah.
either we pick up the same trait or we change it because we wanted that,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
now we implement it in
And I
our
was like,
lives.
I
yeah,
never go to sleep without telling my kids I love them. And she was like, I show you. I mean, my mama has
Mhm.
always been a good
mhm,
provider. She's done everything, and
And
she
that may
still
be
do.
how they
She
show.
do for her kids, her
Mhm.
grandkids, her kids' kids. God bless my kids and my kids' kids. But
Right.
I still be wanting to hear I love you, But
Yeah.
thank you.
yeah,
You just
Yeah.
made
yeah.
sense.
And
Thank
it's
you.
just some people. It's just like it's words. Show me action. Like
Hmm.
how many
Yes.
people told me they love me and did
And
me
didn't
dirty.
really
Yes.
love
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Like
So with
Yeah.
that being
it's
said,
like
have you ever
you
had
know.
somebody say, "Whoa, you're a little strict," or "You
Oh
hard on
yeah, oh
me"?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But it's
But
pretty.
it's
needed.
deeply appreciated. It's needed.
Yeah,
But you
it's
know what? You
needed.
learn to appreciate
You do.
somebody like that.
And it's crazy how sometimes you have to have that in your
Yeah.
life in order to appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like if
yeah.
it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
straight.
And my
Yeah.
kids would say that if it
Yeah,
wasn't for you, I wouldn't understand this, and
yeah.
that. I wouldn't be prepared for the world because the
Yeah.
world is cold.
See, that's how my
It's
mom
It's
cold.
is. Oh
cold.
yeah.
It's cold.
It's cold. So like I said, I have warmed up and softened up a lot in my last maybe 5 years.
And what would you say made you do
I would have to say my last relationship, that splitting, that made me like just really
that? Take a minute.
take a minute, focus, people that was there for me, people that's there
Mm,
for me, and it brought me closer to a lot of people because I feel like I was isolated in that relationship.
mm,
So coming out of that, now it's like, okay, these are all my people. I need to be there for my people because when I was down, they were there for me. So it just made
right.
me look at things a lot differently coming out of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So could you tell them how to reach you? Because I don't believe we
We
was
didn't.
mentioned
Yeah,
out.
we
We
didn't.
so interested in your
Yeah, we
story.
done got so and
So
go in the
could you
yeah.
tell them how to reach you? Because I know you have a good following.
Yeah, Instagram is my top platform that I
Hmm.
use the most. My Instagram is at Lavish Ways, spelled correctly, Lavish
Cause cause I
Ways.
sure forgot the S. She was like, this is cute, but you forgot
Got
the
the
S,
S.
and I had to.
That's how she did it. Well, see,
Yeah.
that's
Now
good.
she not, but you know
Yeah.
what? I was like, oh, let me get back on this. This is cute, but you forgot the S, but that most definitely you supposed
Yeah.
to do that,
Right,
cause
because that's a representation of you.
Yes.
So we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to find out in detail what you have for us.
All right.
This lady is looking at us. Do not make eye contact. Do not look up. I'm hungry. So what we gonna do about some? I least she might be trying to take our order. I'm not sure. You want some chicken? I'm down for that. Should we call the police? We're gonna call somebody. Call Ghostbusters. Call Chad. I said don't look. Is she doing the steak?
When accidents happen, always keep a level head and just call Chad. He's got you covered.
Welcome to Boss Women of Houston, and we're again talking to Miss Lavish Ways. So, can you tell us now where you plan on going in the future?
Right now, something I just recently did with my company, I did away with the personal management side. So like the day to day, every day, all day with artists, I
Mhm.
kind of cut that out. And right now, we're really focusing on building our PR department. So we're getting into public relations a whole lot more. Also, I'm more focused on the business management and booking, and that's
Okay.
kind of like where we're at with it. And with the booking is coming, we're putting concerts together. I have a few concerts coming up that we're like managing the concert side of it, the business side of it, and that's pretty much where I want to take it. Like I really want to have these two divisions where it's business management and anything to do with the money, any way we're collecting money, booking, contracts, things
Right.
like that, and then the PR side of it. And that kind of like takes a lot of the pressure off of me because artists come to me and they want me to break them, they want me to break their records, they want me to, and it's like times have changed.
Yes.
When I was breaking records, that industry doesn't even exist anymore.
Mm.
So, and I know I built that reputation for myself, but at the same time, I don't enjoy it anymore.
Okay.
So I'm pulling back and sitting back and like, what do I like doing?
Mhm.
You know, I like getting artists to the media. I like getting them to the press. I like the booking aspect. I love, dealing with the promoters, finding the shows, putting tours together. So I assess what I really love doing and what makes sense. Like, at the end of the day, I have to make money.
Mhm.
This is my business. This is all I
And
do.
you need to
Yeah.
learn
All
what
my
you do.
streams of income
Yeah.
are built in the entertainment
Yeah.
industry.
Mhm.
So I have to do the things that I enjoy doing, and that's just the direction. And I'm also starting my own, I guess, podcast, but it's more of an interview series.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
Congratulations.
called The Rap Dealers,
All right.
and
Okay,
All
catching up
right.
on
yeah,
that.
so we're working on that. I'm getting my team together for that. Hopefully, we will start by next month.
Mhm.
I have artists that's ready for me to interview them. They're ready to sit down with me. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That's like my big new venture, and there's a lot of it is to focus more on me and what I want and what I like, and not so much everything because my whole life was about the artist.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like how you did. I call it a SWOT analysis. How you
yeah.
did the
The
strength,
SWOT. Yes,
weaknesses,
there was
opportunities,
opportunities
and
and
threats.
yes, yes,
And so I like how you merged the concept
yes,
and you still became you.
yeah,
So that means like
yeah,
you're authentic in
yeah,
Yeah.
what you're
yeah.
doing. So
And it's
it's
ironic.
needed.
I'm taking it because right now I'm getting my master's in media management.
All right.
Thank you. And one of the classes is crazy that you said that. That's what made me like come to a lot of this.
So
The teacher made us do a SWOT
SWOT
analysis on
analysis.
ourselves,
Yes.
like our individual brands and stuff.
And that's hard
And
to
it
do.
changed my whole perspective.
Perspective.
Like it really
Mhm.
did, because I can do it on a company
Mhm.
or anybody else's brand, but turning the mirror on, like putting me in front
Yourself.
of it, the
Mhm.
mirror, it was like completely different.
Different
So
lenses.
yeah, and it made me
Mhm.
just look at everything differently.
And I bet that made the transitional pivotal for you
Yeah,
because then you were saying I was all things to everybody and I was losing myself in the
Yeah.
process.
exactly,
Yes.
So it
exactly.
became tedious for you.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Me
So for
too
excited.
for you.
somebody like me that's only been doing it, I mean, I've been doing pretty good for 3 years, but I can always enhance and learn from someone like you.
Me too.
Would you be interested in teaching classes or
Yes.
having like
Workshops.
little, yeah,
Yeah.
workshops? Because I
Definitely.
would love
I actually
to.
taught a music business course at Avant Media
Mhm.
before the pandemic.
Mhm.
I kind of fell off because I moved to Atlanta for a little while for a client, so it kind of like disrupt that. But I enjoy teaching it. My only issue with that is putting it all together. So yeah, but I don't mind,
Mhm.
doing the teaching part of it. So yeah, I would love to do something like that.
That would be so
Yeah.
cool because I have an office in the Arena Towers on the 11th floor, and
Mhm.
it's really beautiful up there. And if we can get some other women that would like to come and take business with your
Yeah.
permission and your
Yeah.
time and at your convenience. If we could get together, and I would love to do something like that because I still have to call and get advice, and sometimes when you're getting advice from family, sometimes it sounds a little more critical,
Yeah.
and they mean well, but they gonna tell you not so much as how you would tell me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I would love to not have to go to family. No disrespect to my family members because they did get me
Yeah.
started in the industry.
It's not personal.
You
It's
just
It
get
not
more
personal.
criticism with family, and you need
Yeah,
an
it's a
analysis.
yeah,
heartfelt,
You
right,
want
yeah,
somebody to analyze what you're doing and what you need to do
to put
better
it
in
to the
that
next
way,
level.
but not as more of a criticism type of
yeah.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would
And we do
love
that
to.
to people we're close to. We're gonna naturally,
Yeah, and
yeah,
Right.
sometimes
yeah,
like you say, I wear my feelings on my sleeve, and I be And I'd be like, well, you didn't have to be so. Well, I've been in the game. You just started into the
Yeah.
game. And I'm like, but
But the game changed so much.
yeah,
It's no
Okay.
such thing as just started. Because
yeah,
what you're learning right now
hmm
is completely different in how they operated 10
yeah,
years ago.
yeah,
It's a different game.
yeah,
So yeah,
and
this changes every day.
So how
yeah,
would you
Yeah.
say
and I
you
would
could keep
like
up
to.
with that?
You have to keep up with it. Like I take classes, I take courses, I belong to different organizations. I'm a member of the Recording Academy, so I
Mm-hmm.
participate in that type of stuff, like the Grammys and all whatever
Yeah,
they have coming. I went to a brunch recently that they had for South by Southwest. I
yeah,
learned so much. It was a women's brunch,
yeah,
and I learned so much in that room with that group of women. So I stay on top of every and anything. If it's something
Enhancing.
that looks new, I'm clicking on it and I'm
Right.
join. I'll pay the $49.99
yeah.
to be in the class, and I might not use any of it, but now I understand
You
it.
understand
Right.
So
it?
when somebody's having that conversation with me,
You're
I understand
familiar.
what they're talking about.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, see, I was invited to the brunch that they have at the Essence festivals, and I was all excited about it. And so, and I was telling my son, King Sherman and Flip, okay, I get to go to and they just looking at me like, okay. And I was like, what's going on? Well, we was invited to go to Jersey with Akon, so I can't go to you know what I'm saying? Because they so overprotective. So who gonna go with you to New Orleans? And I'm looking crazy, and then I have to see all of the pictures with them with Akon and performing. So, I mean,
Yeah,
shout out to Flip and King Shermo and, everybody in the King Life and Clover G's. But it's like everything that I learned is a learning experience from home. I didn't
you
learn
didn't
from
venture out. Yeah,
yeah, I didn't
and
learn
I
from
venture out.
somebody.
I go by
Yeah.
myself.
Professional
Yeah.
Like
development is
I'll
important.
I'll like this year I went to the Grammys. I went by myself.
Mhm.
I had somebody there that I attended the award show with another manager,
Mhm.
but I did everything on my own.
Yeah.
So I'll go.
Yeah.
I've been to Mexico by myself. I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with
Yeah.
leaving.
I just need I need somebody
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? And and other women and that's a whole part of this show, women uplifting women,
yeah,
because I've always had to go to family with advice because I didn't know anybody else in the industry,
yeah,
as far as women, because all I knew was my family.
yeah.
And they're all men, so of course they, you know what I'm saying? It's not
It's a
like coming to
different, yeah.
another woman
Right.
and taking criticism from another woman.
Mhm.
So I really and truly deeply appreciate you for because at first I was like, well, she might not answer, but I said I'm gonna just ask her anyway.
And I don't like, my team been telling me to do more interviews because I don't do them. Like I don't do them often for myself.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So,
And that's important
yeah, yeah,
And
because you
that's
wanna
kind of
you wanna
normal
come out you
about
yeah,
wanna
us
come
yeah.
out
in business.
you wanna come out and talk about yourself, because we also have Ear Hustle TV, which Ear
Mhm.
Hustle TV is actually live.
Oh, okay.
So the
Yes.
Ear Hustle TV is the podcast, which is actually live, and you're more than welcome to come to Ear Hustle TV and tell your side of the story, not the artist, because
Right.
you want to focus more on
What
Miss
you do.
Lavish way. You
Right.
know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? How you became, and how you conquered this, and how you can help other women, such as myself, because I really want to learn, not just through family, just through other women,
yeah.
uplifting. And
Right.
this is something that I'm really in. For the past 3 years, I've just been doing. I mean, I've been in magazines, and we started the Boss Women of Houston, and
Mhm.
she's been my mentor. I've been working at TDC, the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, for 20 years. She's been like my mentor, and she never knew why she was my mentor. And back in the day, I went through um, abuse,
Mhm.
physical abuse.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot, and I had never told my story until I did my first episode
Yeah.
on here, and it was on domestic violence.
Mhm.
And so, and I would always tell her she was my mentor, which she was, and she didn't find out until this show why she was my mentor.
Mm.
So,
So, what would you say to women at this point that want to get into the same thing that you're doing? What advice would you give them?
Set your boundaries. Keep them. Don't let anybody disrespect you. I'm big on that. Like I don't let anybody call me the B word.
hmm
If you call me that, I'm not working with you anymore.
exactly.
Exactly.
So you have to like make clear boundaries. That is like the number one thing. And just always watch your surroundings. I know We can be victim in a lot of things, and we're not, it's not good to victim shame. But at the same time, you have to know there really are predators out there.
Yeah.
And you have to always watch your surroundings. Don't put yourself in situations that you're going to have to fight your way out of.
Yeah.
And just keep a good circle around you. Keep positive people.
Yeah.
You need the positivity. Like, if you got somebody that's always negative, and you're trying to be in this industry that has a lot of negativity, you're going to sink. You have to keep some positive reinforcements.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Well, until next time, we thank you for everything
Thank
that
y'all
you
for
have
having
told us.
me.
We learned
Yeah.
a lot.
We learned a lot.
You inspire us, and again, if
and I'm
you
gonna be
don't
bugging
know,
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
no problem.
and then again, if you don't know, go look her up on Instagram, Lavish Waves.
Yes.
With the S.
With the
Remember
S.
that. Until next time, this is Boss Women of Houston. Love, peace, and unity.